everyone, my name is Abhishek Jain, and through this video, I'm just gonna explain how can you use a Docker module of a Python programming language to manage the Docker volumes, which actually help us to persist a container data. Before continuing with this video, I would highly recommend you to watch my previous video. I have already provided the link for that if you want to have some foundational or basic knowledge about the Docker volume, like what is Docker volume and what all command Docker provides us, which we can run through the command line to manage the Docker volume. So let's get into the demo part, how we can use Docker module of a Python programming language to manage the volume. So this is my PyCharm ideally. I'm just gonna create a Python file with the name of volume underscore demo. The very first thing which I have to do is import a Docker module. If you haven't watched my previous video, all you need to have this module is Docker pip install Docker, and then you will have this Docker installed. And then the next thing you have to do is you have to create a Docker client object that would require to run this from in. Okay, so what this function does, it just actually loaded all the default server config where Docker actually installed it. So it's very platform agnostic. You can run on any of the operating system, and that would automatically pick Docker required configuration, Docker server, or Docker daemon information, and it will return you the Docker client object, and to which you can just manipulate any of the Docker objects. So, but right now we just wanted to focus on a Docker volumes. So the next thing is what all things I will be needing as we are just managing the volume. So we will be needing a volume list. So I'm and volume list, by the way, it's going, if whenever you extract the volume list from this module, it just return the list of a object, so volume object. And the next thing, I wanted to have a name list, volume name list. So I'm just gonna create another empty list. Okay, and we would like to create a volume as well. So I can give any name. For example, let's see Postgres data, and you can use any name whatsoever you want to create. Now, how can I get the volume list? So to get the volume list, you need to call volumes, and then it has a function called list. This would gonna return you the list. Okay, and then you can print this volume list to see whether we have any Python volume demo. Right now it's blank, so we do not have any volume. So we can create volumes. To create a volume, all you need is to call this create function, and this requires a name variable. Here we can just give a volume name, which is in our case is Postgres data. Then there are other optional keywords, for example the driver. By default, Docker, if you do not provide this variable, then it is just going to be defaulted with the local. But there are a lot of third-party volume driver which you can use depending upon your needs. So for example, you want to use NFS, there are many more third-party plugin which you can install and use that. And then we have a driver option that is very specific to like what driver you are using and what all option that driver supports. You can use that depending upon your need, right? And then we have labels. So right now those are not needed, so I'm not going to use it. Only check I wanted to do here is if volume list is empty list, then I want to create this. Okay, else part I'm just leaving for now. Let's see whether it's creating a volume or not. I think I should have put this logic here. But if I run this code again, then this will have this created. If it is blank, if it is not blank, let me just put some. For example, I will enrich this code, but right now let's just put uh, f string volume list is not empty, so iterate to check whether requested we requested volume is exist or not. We're gonna put some logic to handle this situation, but right now this time it should get into the else statement because volume list is going to be not empty. Okay, so now it is having postgres and saying that is not empty, so it will to check whether request volume is exist or not. Okay, so now we know that it has been created, it's not empty, but how can we verify whether specifically that volume name is existing or not? So for that, what you can, if it is not empty, what you can do is you can iterate through the list of volume. Okay, and then I'm just gonna use this list where I'm just gonna append the volume. So since this volume is an object, it has an attribute called name, which actually provides you the name of the volume. So once we have this for loop complete, then I wanted to just list down, and now I can comment this code now. So let's see what happens. Okay, so now I can see this is Postgres data. Right now we have only one. Okay, so what if I want to remove this? Don't remove it. So let's assume that if I wanted to create this Postgres data one for now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if this is empty, definitely I wanted to create. If it is not, then I'm just gonna create what all volumes are already there, and then I can put this logic if volume name in volume name list. What does it mean? It means that this is already there, right? So I can just say this. Okay, f string requested volume, which is volume name. I can just put something requested volume is already exist, so use ready for your use. Okay, if it's not there in that, then I would like to run this code. Okay, so it seems like and then I can just create this list again. Okay, it seems like it's about to die, but I think I should be able to complete this session. So now we should get this. Okay, if I run it, now you can see we have two postgres. Okay, so that is how you can create it. But if you want to delete, what you can do again, you can reiterate through this volume, and then you can use volume dot remove. That's it, and then you can one more time you can run this, and then you will see it has been deleted. So if you run this code now, okay, now you have deleted. So that is how you can manipulate, all the volumes object with this module, and there are many more which you can just read through the documentation, and based on your need you can just automate the task which you have. So that is what I wanted to cover for this video. Thanks for watching this, and stay healthy and keep learning new things. And as always, if you have any feedback or comment, please feel free to put that into the comment section. And one more time, thanks for watching this.